Coming up on Night Chat, vinyl records are making a surprising comeback. Find out why some people say the old technology is having a new impact.
And this week's Night in Orlando is bringing you a bit of energy. Find out unique places around town you can grab your next cup of coffee.
Also, a rare disease hits home for the lacrosse team, and now the Knights are trying to raise awareness.
You're watching Night Chat, covering the university community and the greater Orlando area.
Night Chat starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Night Chat. I'm Bree McNaught.
And I'm Jasmine Hankerson. Today is Friday, April 10th.
The men's lacrosse team is putting down its sticks and bringing the community together to find a cure for a rare disease. I got a first-hand look at why this disease hits home for a certain player on the team.
And never talk about it.
8 years later, and Sarah Brinkman is still reliving a near-death experience. Her 14th birthday was one she'll never forget. And it's not because of presents and cake. For Sarah, it was hospital beds and a rare disease.
I'm going to be one of those people in a wheelchair. I'm never going to be able to have kids, and I didn't think I'd ever be able to walk again.
Transverse myelitis attacks your spinal cord and leaves you paralyzed. Doctors don't know what causes it, and they don't have a cure. Fast forward 8 years, and something happened that doctors can't even explain. Sarah is walking.
They don't know how. It was like a miracle.
Sarah was looking for a way to help others like her. Last year, the men's lacrosse team was thinking of different fundraising ideas. And the lacrosse president, Antonio Liguori, brought up transverse myelitis because someone very close to him has it.
Get paralyzed from the waist or neck down and sometimes even die because of this disease, and it moves. No one knows about it, and someone close to me had it, and I thought that if we could get the team together and have an event.
That someone is Antonio's girlfriend of 6 years, Sarah Brinkman. Hand in hand, this couple hopes to host a successful event and bring light to a disease that caused her world to turn upside down.
I just hope we can raise the $5,000 and give that back.
The event is not until next Saturday, but the whole community is welcome to join the fight. For more information, check out nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And it seems like everyone around campus is pitching in to make a difference. And on Wednesday, many Knights did their part to promote environmental awareness. SGA, along with hundreds of volunteers, filled the reflecting pond with 250,000 plastic bottles. Volunteers handed out information about sustainability throughout the day to educate students. SGA Health and Sustainability Coordinator Emily Duvaditis says Americans use about 2.5 million plastic bottles a day. She encourages students to help reduce this number.
Every piece of plastic you use, you're helping generate a problem. But it's not to lay the blame on anybody, it's just to say, hey, look, we have this issue, and if you're more mindful about what you're doing in your life, you could probably be a part of the solution.
Well, Bree, I try to drink about a gallon of water a day, but that's probably a little bit too much for me what they have.
I can understand that completely. I actually like to use reusable water bottles to try to kind of do my part, The art of spoken word has entertained audiences for centuries. Reporter De'Ara Bradley explores one new UCF poetry organization who is gaining national attention for this skill.
Project Spit provides an outlet for UCF students to spit
he's done and then leave me
their thoughts to audiences. They hope to make people think. Student poetry initiating thought. The students were invited to compete 2 weeks ago at the College Union's Poetry Slam Invitational, a national collegiate spoken word contest, and they were the only school team from Florida.
concealed in a dark room, consciousness.
Out of almost 70 college teams throughout the U.S. and Canada, the Knights placed 5th. But the members aren't in love with winning. They're in love with the ability to use their voice to empower others. One poet, Charles Hines, believes in the power of expression.
When you look for chances to be seen, chances to be heard, people will give those chances to you. So definitely exercise the voice that you have.
And that's exactly what Project Spit founder Shelby Birch hoped for when she started the organization in fall 2013. Birch uses poetry to get through difficult times in her life.
something as simple as writing a poem instead of picking up the knife to slit my wrist helped. So I owe poetry.
Birch encourages others to share their stories and experiences, as that's what motivates her to keep writing and inspiring.
I know I have more to give, more to do, more to say, and to inspire others.
Project Spit members say they plan to continue to share their craft with others beyond college. In Orlando, De'Ara Bradley, UCF Nightly News.
Project Spit is also the new organization of the year, awarded to them by the Knights of the Round Table.
And Bree, I don't know how often you may visit Oviedo, but the next edition of Oviedo on the Park is almost complete. The new Oviedo Cultural Center's grand opening is set for May 16th. One new feature is an amphitheater for events like jazz concerts, wedding parties, and theater plays. The center will also welcome residents to visit the new Veterans Tribute, dog park, playground, and more. And you may or may not visit Oviedo, but I know most of us have been waiting for May 8th, which is our graduation, and it's coming up and students are looking for jobs. So you may have your resume ready and your sharp suit covered, but what about your tattoos? Some polls say that rules are relaxing, so Nightly News reporter Camila Uribe went out around campus to talk tats with students.
My tattoos have more to do with my personal development and growth.
I feel like it's a good conversation starter with people I don't know.
I would love to get one on my leg, but nothing great has happened yet.
And they're not the only ones who think this way. A Pew Research Center study reveals that 40% of millennials sport tattoos. And for many, like Tiffany Russo, body art is very personal.
I said I want a red rose in full bloom to represent my father, because my dad loved red roses and he wanted each of his girls to have their own rose.
Most people are proud of their tattoos, and in a recent JobsInNewHampshire.com poll, 65% of employers from around the country said visible tattoos are not an issue. So what's the best practice for students? Inside UCF's Career Services, Dr. Bill Blank knows what it takes to get hired. His advice to Russo and other students?
I would sum it up in one word, and that would be professionalism.
Professionalism takes precedence over things.
For that reason, it's absolutely essential for students, after putting so much work into their education and getting relevant experience, that they don't blow it by creating an image that's going to be contrary to what employers want.
I could take out my piercings, not a problem. But as far as my tattoos, they are here to stay.
Even though culture has changed, times have changed, there's still some negativity when you see tattoos.
For now, Blank says it's best to cover up while on the clock. In Orlando, Camila Uribe, UCF Nightly News.
And if you have tattoos, Blank also says to call ahead to ask potential employers about their body art policies. Now, Bree, I personally don't have tattoos, but some of those in the story look really cool.
Actually, guys, I have 2 tattoos.
Oh, really?
But you probably would never see them unless I'm like in a bathing suit out in the sun.
Oh, well, speaking of being out in the sun, it's a perfect day for that. Nice and hot out. Not a big chance of showers, but going into the weekend, that might change. Well, there's not a great chance of showers today, but we're looking at a current temperature of 85 degrees. Humidity is at 85%, so not only is it hot, but it's feeling a little muggy out there. Definitely a taste of the kind of weather we're going to have come summer. Right now, there's a 20% chance of thunderstorms with winds moving south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But those chances are going to pick up as we move into the weekend. I'll have that and more in my full forecast later on in the show.
Thanks, Robert. Coming up, a night in Orlando will tell you where to go to experience a cup of joe.
And some music lovers prefer the sound of vinyl. Find out what these audio aficionados are making hip once again. Stay with us. This week, A Night in Orlando is bringing you more things to do, see, and enjoy around UCF. It's easy to grab a quick cup of joe, but when's the last time you've been to a real coffee shop? Reporter Lila Altooni shows us 3 different places where you can enjoy the experience as much as the coffee.
We already know of plenty of places here on campus where you can pick up a cup of coffee. But what if you're looking to get away from campus? Well, we have a few places you might be interested in.
Ah, the smell of fresh brewed coffee. It's common here at Vespers. This craft coffee shop in Waterford Lakes takes its brew seriously. One of its specialties is international coffees from places such as Nicaragua and Kenya. And regular Andrew Dang is a big fan of the variety.
My personal favorite is a single origin rotation because it changes every season and it's a great way to try out new coffees you never had before, and it's just always perfect.
The quiet and small atmosphere brings in many studious faces. But if you need a study break, this unique coffee shop might be the one for you. When you first walk into Velo Creek Bike and Brew, you see bikes, but smell coffee.
Our idea was to begin and end your ride with us.
Owner Christina Doherty says Bike and Brew's weekend cruises accomplish exactly that.
So people come in and meet together to gather and go for a little short 4-mile bike ride, and then they come back for cupcakes.
If coffee's not your thing, no worries. Places like Pom Pom's Tea House and Sandwicheria have got you covered. With more than 20 options of black, green, rooibos, and herbal teas, you're sure to find something you'll enjoy. But servers like Nathan LeClaire are quick to mention the big menu item.
It has cream cheese with our cranberry chutney that we make in-house, with turkey, Gouda, mashed potatoes, and stuffing, and then you get gravy on the side as well.
No matter what kind of caffeine fix you're looking for, Orlando has it all. A Night in Orlando, Lila Altooni, UCF Nightly News.
Yeah, actually, I don't even really like coffee that much, so.
I'm not a big coffee drinker myself, but I do have a cup of green tea every morning. It's very soothing.
I'm definitely a fan of tea. Those looking to unwind and listen to music will like this next one. Nightly News reporter Natalie Cabelleses looked into how one old technology is bringing a younger generation together.
For a generation that's on the go, portability is king. But there's one technology that's making a comeback. Vinyl records aren't just collector's items for a younger generation anymore. Shelly Olszewski of Park Ave CDs says now they're a way for people to stop clicking and start sharing.
To come here to the store and be able to flip through records and show them to your friends and, you know, I have this pressing, or have you ever seen this before? You know, it's that social aspect.
She also says Park Ave likes to support the music community, and many people say they feel the same. Alberto Cotto is one former UCF student who says he likes to own his music and the perks that come with it.
So with records, I can actually own like the album art and the actual, like I can hold it in my hands. It's physical, it's tangible. And like the feeling of ownership I like a lot, but also it feels like I'm directly supporting the artist and their music.
But records aren't exactly portable. Record labels have fixed this problem by joining new with old.
If you pre-order a record online, 9 times out of 10 they'll give you the option to just email you the album immediately. So you have it there and then, and you can listen to it, you can load it to Google Music or on your iPhone or whatever in iTunes.
He says this is a great way to support musicians and can deter people from illegal downloads. But he says it's really the community that keeps him coming back. In Orlando, Natalie Cabelleses, UCF Nightly News.
Anyone looking to get some limited edition presses can hit their local record shop next Saturday for National Record Store Day. But you better get there early. Alberto says he plans on camping out the night before.
And speaking of music and arts, the first ever UCF Celebrates the Arts Festival kicks off in just a few hours. The event will feature the many different arts found at UCF, from music and theater to animation and gaming. The 7-day celebration will begin tonight with the production of Icarus at the Edge of Time, which will be narrated by Orange is the New Black actress Kate Mulgrew. The festival starts at 6:30 p.m. at Dr. Phillips Center.
UCF students also showcase their theatrical skills through their love of sci-fi and gaming. And now is a perfect time to show off those skills because MegaCon 2015 starts today in Orlando. Many UCF students plan to attend the 3-day event dressed as their favorite entertainment characters. From anime to television series, UCF students spend countless hours crafting their costumes. These Proclaimed nerd said cosplayers are a community of fun and support. MegaConvention.com outlines appropriate costume policies. Guests are encouraged to review it before attending.
And coming up after the break, Stephanie Muniz will bring us headlines from around the country.
And Robert Sutton will have your full forecast. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's time to catch up on what's going on around the country.
Now, Stephanie, I've been hearing a lot about this new Apple Watch. What more can you tell us about it?
Well, Jasmine, today is a huge day for Apple, and if you want to pre-order, today's definitely that day. The popular tech company is coming out with its first ever Apple Watch available for pre-order. Users can receive and make calls and even monitor their heart rates right on their wrists. But this high-tech watch will cost you a pretty penny. Prices start at $549 for the sports watch and go up to $1,700 for the golden edition. And hummus lovers beware. Sabre Dipping Company is recalling 30,000 cases of its classic hummus due to a possible contamination of Listeria monocytogenes. As of now, no illnesses have been reported. The FDA urges all consumers to dispose of the classic hummus. And the Wisconsin Badgers have a new good luck charm. Otis is the youngest Badgers fan. This 4-month-old has already gone to 4 games. Sporting his noise-canceling earmuffs, Otis is all smiles at these basketball games and even won over some new friends. The Badgers won over every game Otis has attended at the Kohl Center. But his absence at the national championship might explain why Wisconsin fell short to Duke this week. That's all we have for national. Back to you, Bree.
Thanks, Stephanie. I wonder if this golfer has a good luck charm like that Wisconsin Badgers baby. One young UCF golfer makes underpower rounds look easy. Sophomore Ryan Sovash won his first collegiate event as an individual last week and has no plans of slowing down. He finished in the top 25 in the last 4 tournaments and was the first player in the lineup for 4 of the 5 events played. Sovash says he looks at each tournament as more than just an opportunity to qualify for the next event.
It's more of the thought process that now I know I can win, and now it's focused on trying to win a golf tournament instead of just kind of getting through it and hopefully being able to play next week.
Well, I know I'm not as good as Ryan Bree, but my boyfriend does want to go mini golfing this weekend, so hopefully I have a little bit of skills.
Well, that's kind of ironic because my boyfriend wanted to go golfing this weekend, so I wonder if the weather's going to hold up, though, for that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, too. Robert Sutton is here to join us for our full forecast. Rob, what's it looking like this weekend? Can we play 18 holes?
Oh, well, you might have a little bit of a water hazard if you're out there trying to play 18 holes this weekend, Jasmine, because we're looking at a little bit of rain in the forecast. But first, we're going to start off by taking a look at temperatures around the state. As you can see here in Orlando, O-Town, we're looking at about 86 degrees. Same up in Tallahassee, Jacksonville, sitting nice at 87. A little warmer down in Tampa at 90, and Miami's getting that nice sea breeze coming in, sitting them at 84 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and move along now to our national map. Whoa, started from the bottom, now we're here. As you can see, we got a nice front moving in from the north and the Midwest, leaving some cooler temperatures in the north, and they're in the 40s, 50s, and down here in the south we're seeing the 60s and 70 degrees. It's nice and warm, and here in Florida, 80s. Now we're moving along to our precipitation map. That's that front I was talking about. It's moving through, and it should bring us some light showers in the week ahead. We're going to have about a 40-50% chance of rain most days. So let's go ahead and take a look at our 5-day forecast so we can get some solid numbers on that. Here we go, moving along. Well, we're having a bit of trouble here. You know, I tell you, it's going to be in the mid to upper 80s most of the week, and overnight lows should be in the 60s. Overnight lows should be in the 60s. We got about a 40 to 50% chance of rain on most days, but it's going to be a nice week looking ahead. Maybe a little wet. Back to you, girls.
Thanks, Robert. We'll have a special guest coming up on the show next.
After the break, meet one of the top finishers in the Nightly News March Madness Bracket Challenge.
Good afternoon, Knights fans. I'm Natalie Pellicetti, and here's your UCF Sports Update. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship was won for the record books. The Blue Devils outscored the Badgers 68-63 to take the 5th national title in program history. It was a pretty even game all night until Duke surged ahead in the last 4 minutes of the half. And Duke's 4 freshmen were part of that cause, racking in a total of 60 points. This national title is Duke Coach K's 5th, which is the second most of any coach in basketball history. As for basketball season, see you back in October. And as promised, we invited the winner of our Nightly News Bracket Challenge. Well, the top 2 contestants couldn't be reached, but as they say, third time's a charm. I'm pleased to announce third place winner Amanda Gonzalez to our set. Welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So I have to ask you, are you a basketball fan?
I do love basketball. I like to watch sports. I played a little in high school, but now it's just strictly watching.
And I mean, third place, kind of a big deal. Have you
Very
ever filled
excited.
out a bracket before?
Yes, I've done them. I've done them for the past 3 years now, and normally I do really well, so I'm going to probably keep doing them.
And, you know, I have to ask, what is the key to success? I was literally ranked 45. I'm so upset. I did my research, and you're saying that you've never
No,
really
I
done it.
wish I had like a secret to tell you, but honestly, I pick by colors, by mascots. I look at the teams and I'm like, no, I like your name better, and I just put them right through to the final, so we'll see.
Well, there you have it, folks. You don't need to know anything about basketball. Pick your favorite color. I know that's what I'm doing next year. And, well, that's all the time we have for sports. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys, for having us, and
thank you for watching Night Chat. We'll see you here next week.
Have a great day.